Raiders have a shot with a 4th and goal at the 28-yard line, but penalties have marred what has otherwise been a promising drive for Oakland. Gannon is pressured, rolls, throws to the end zone, tipped and incomplete, and the Steelers are going to win the game. Montana, a throw intended for Taylor, is picked off for the 3rd time today. He has 4 interceptions thrown this season. 7 of the box for the Redskins, a draw to Falk. He spins to the 30, Falk is loose. Breaks a tackle at the 50, Marshall Falk is gone. 72 yards, touchdown St. Louis. Seahawks a paltry 3 points per game this year. They scored over 26 points per game in 2013. Welcome in, Charger 295 for the DSFL 4. Week 3 begins in CenturyLink Field in Seattle, where the winless Seahawks, a go-ahead touchdown from Lynch, have played well running the ball. In fact, Lynch is 3rd in the league in rushing, 7.5 yards a carry as well for the veteran out of Cal. Broncos up 5 midway 4th quarter. Eric Brown, the rookie from Mississippi State, intercepts Russell Wilson. The Broncos convert the takeaway to a field goal and lead 15-7 with under 2 minutes to go in the game. 4th and 10, game on the line. Wilson against the blitz, throws, incomplete, knocked away by Mobley, and the Broncos have won their 2nd in a row, this one on the road, as Denver's 18-7 win drops the Seahawks to 0-3. With that said, Seattle's got their next 3 opponents, a combined 1-5 win-loss record this year, and San Francisco's coming up next. Hall of Fame head coach Joe Gibbs is one of the greatest coaches of all time, but his Redskins are terrible through the first 3 games of the year. They allowed 2 touchdowns, first to Morrill, the second to Orr of quarterback Earl Morrill, 4 this year for the star quarterback, as the Colts win the game 17-7. Garbage touchdown from Rippon to Terry Orr. The Redskins 0-3 this year. Meanwhile, Baltimore stifling defense, 1st in the league in yards, and is top 4 in takeaways and rushing. Welcome to the Orange Bowl in Miami Gardens, Florida for the side of the DSFL 4 Week 3 game of the week. Bob Griese and company on the move as the Dolphin quarterback shows some of his legs, mulling the tackle after a 21-yard gain to put Miami in the red zone. Then late in the 2nd quarter, touchdown toss, that's the 2nd of the season, to Jim Mandich, the young tight end from Michigan. We would hear his name again. The Dolphins lead 7-3 at halftime. In the 3rd quarter, Favre and company driving, 15-yard hookup to Freeman, 1st down throw to Robert Brooks of 12, then another 1st down pickup on 3rd and long to Antonio Freeman. But on 3rd and 13 for the Packers this year, just 3 for 12 on 3rd down attempts. He's intercepted by Foley. It's the league's worst pass defense. That's the Miami Dolphins, but they are opportunistic as they force the takeaway. After a Dolphin punt, Favre driving again on the final play of the 3rd quarter. He scrambles for the 1st down, then loses the football, and the Dolphins get another takeaway, as Favre has committed 4 turnovers this year. Big hookup to Jim Mandich of 24 yards. Then the touchdown toss from Griese to, you guessed it, Jim Mandich. 14-3 Miami. Mandich 3 touchdowns to lead the league on 4 catches and 69 yards. 2 minutes to go in the game. Zonka appears to have won the game. However, the Dolphins commit a holding penalty, and Miami is plagued back to a 3rd down and 23 after yet another holding penalty later in the drive, and Larry Zonka is denied the 1st down. Green Bay on just their 1st play of this drive. Favre launches a 43-yard touchdown to Robert Brooks, the 5-year man from South Carolina. And now the Packers are within 2, needing just the 2-point conversion. And ironically, Brooks beat Tim Foley, who had the interception of the 1st half. Here's Favre. He's got an open man to tie the game for the 2-pointer. He underthrew him, and the pass is picked off. That was Terry Mickens, the intended target, and thus the Packers are now forced with a Craig Hendrick onside kick try to get back in the game, and that kick is recovered by the Dolphins. Miami and Green Bay are both 2-1 after the result today. Dolphins quarterback Bob Griese has played well with 4 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. Without a doubt in my mind, this is a matchup between the 2 greatest teams in the history of the National Football League, the 2007 Patriots and the 1998 Vikings. Early 2nd quarter, Robert Smith rips off a 29-yard run to put the Vikings into the red zone, and Minnesota caps off the drive. 1-yard scoring toss from Cunningham to the long. Then Brady goes deep. Randy Moss, 69-yard touchdown. This year, 8 receptions, 195 yards, and 2 scores. He is the league's #1 receiver after 3 weeks of the season. Then here's Brady, who finds the 6-year man from Florida. There's Jabbar Gaffney. Patriots up 17-10 early fourth quarter, and Ellis Hobbs rips off a 40-yard kickoff return. All 3 phases for the Patriots play well as New England wins the game. On a drive, Moss starts it, and Kevin Falk, the veteran from LSU, finishes. As the Patriots improve to 3-0, their win sets up a critical bout next weekend in Baltimore as the 3-0 Patriots visit the 3-0 Colts. Patriots off a convincing win over the Vikings 24-10. I can't explain the absolute disaster that is the 1978 Pittsburgh Steelers on the defensive side of the football. It's the league's worst defense after 3 weeks of the year. Fumble from Franco Harris begins the game, recovered by Ray Agnew. Touchdown throw to an open Ricky Prohl. Rams lead 10-0 and now 13-0 early in the third quarter. Then after a broken tackle, Torrey Holt rips off a 67-yard catch and run, and St. Louis off a missed extra point leads 19-0. Then here's Kurt Warner, who throws 14 of 24, 248 yards and 2 touchdowns. This is Ricky Prohl with a big run, and the Rams humiliate the Steelers. St. Louis 22, Pittsburgh 6. The Steelers drop to 1-2. The Rams are the only NFC team still undefeated. A big matchup in Chicago as the Chiefs tangle the Bears, and Kansas City's defense has been stiff to begin the year. They'd be on full display in this contest. Already a 7-0 lead here at Soldier Field, and McMahon throws a pick-6 to Jim Lynch. The second-year linebacker from Notre Dame extends the Chiefs' lead at 17-3 early in the fourth quarter. Then McMahon fires a big completion to Willie Gaultz. Then after a slant route to Dennis McKinnon, a personal foul put the Bears just outside the red zone, and McMahon caps off the drive with a touchdown toss to tight end Emory Moorhead, the 9-year man from Colorado. Under a minute to go in the game, Chiefs up 17-10, Bears one last shot. There is Moorhead again to put Chicago inside the 5. Then on second and goal, McMahon is stripped. The forced fumble from Jerry Mays, the recovery by Willie Lanier, and Kansas City wins the game 17-10. And as we look at the final game of the DSFL for Week 3, an uninteresting game for the most part. The Raiders knock off the 49ers 7-0. The scoring toss from Gannon to Brown was the difference in this game. Oakland wins their first game of the season. The 49ers have had a horrendous start to the year, and they look to rebound with our full slate of games in Week 4 of the Dream Season Football League 4 next Sunday. This is Charger Drew 95.